Trump plans to write his inaugural speech himself. It emerges following meeting with historians who briefed the president-elect on how his predecessors entered office. Donald Trump has told friends he will write his own inaugural speech and is already drawing inspiration from former U.S. presidents. Politicians usually use dedicated speechwriters to draft their addresses, but the president-elect is thought to have told visitors to his private resort in Florida that he will create his inaugural speech himself. He is also said to have received briefings on the history of presidential inaugurations ahead of being sworn into the White House on January 28. Trump is currently spending Christmas and New Year at his Mar-a-Lago resort, where he is planning his inauguration. And one person to have met with him over the holidays says he has been looking through the speeches of Presidents Ronald Reagan and John F. Kennedy to give him inspiration. The president-elect has been telling visitors to the resort that Reagan has incredible style and also noted it is almost the 100th anniversary of Kennedy's birth. Trump is also spending time in Florida over the festive period focusing on the health issues of veterans, which is being tipped to be a priority of his administration. Meanwhile, the person who spoke with Trump insisted on anonymity in order to disclose private conversations. It comes as Douglas Brinkley, the presidential biographer and historian, and columnist Margaret Carlson, visited the president-elect to brief him on the history of presidential inaugurations. It is the first known briefing on presidential history which Trump has received since his election victory. Brinkley said that their conversation had focused on Nixon and Reagan and Kennedy. He described it as a sort of history of the presidency and past inaugurals and things like that, and that it included the way their inaugurations have been. Brinkley added, "He was very interested in a man going to the moon and the moonshot, so we were talking a little bit about that." The president-elect told the Ford how he had received a letter from Nixon in 1987, in which the disgraced ex-president had told him that if he ran for office he would succeed. Brinkley has written historical biographies of Rosa Parks, Henry Ford, Theodore Roosevelt and Gerald Ford, with Cronkite, his biography of Walter Cronkite among his most acclaimed works.